indeed. And greetings upon you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me in the middle of the rain. For some reason, I believed, that the world was not going to rain on me. Little did I know. Little did I know. Here we are in the middle of the rain, and yet perfectly where we're supposed to be. I'm gonna get a little bit wet, but I guess that's to to be expected. Like when I set up my stream to be where it is right now, of course it wasn't raining, and I was like, yes, yes, I'm gonna stream. I put down like a little mat to make sure that my cushion doesn't get wet. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna stream, and it's gonna be perfectly overcast, and I'm gonna have soft light, and I won't get rained on. Illusions that I told myself, separating myself from what is always, and that's what we want to talk about today. Like we want to get into this understanding, this feeling that you cannot be separate from divinity, from perfection, from spirituality, and that all we're technically doing is just melting away the things that stand in the way. What? Is my hand slipping right now? What's happening? Yeah, it's actually slipping. All we have to do is melt away the things that is not that. Like we are that divinity. We are that fundamental, consciousness. We are that which is present. All we have to do is melt away what stands in the way. And then there's nothing left to do. There's literally nothing left to do afterwards. Like it's coming down, huh? It's like actually coming down now. It wasn't raining for like hours. And I was like, away, away. Weirdly enough, it started coming down as soon as I got a little bit pissed off. Like I have. All right, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I have this, right? And there's a bunch of little infinities on it. And then I like noticed that my dad decided that this was a good place to scroll a number. And I see that number, and as I see this number, it starts raining. And I just kind of feel like it's this, you know, this coinciding experience of something, again, external from myself that I can use as a means to get worked up. I can use it as a want to for it to be otherwise. I can want for it not to be that way. I can want for it to not be ruined, if you will. I can want for it to not be raining right now as I'm sitting outside. But instead, we just accept it. We just accept it for what it actually is. Not holding on to it from a place of resentment, letting it build and build and build, letting it become a spring. Puppy, it's raining, yo. It's raining. I love you so much. You can come and sit here on me if you want to. But it's raining, puppy long stockings. It's raining, yo. You need to go and sit inside. I'm the crazy one here. I appreciate you wanting to sit with me. Thank you. Thank you, sweet girl. But it's raining. It's raining. Don't you want to be inside? Oh, I want you to stay dry. I want you to stay dry, Leafy Down. She's sweet. Isaac, what's up, party people? Let us lean into the day as the tree welcomes the sun, cherishes the rain, and withstands the wind. I think by the end of this stream, I'm going to be absolutely soaking wet. Like soaked, like wet, like I've never been before. Technically, my cell phones are waterproof, so that should be fine. But everything else isn't. Oh, puppy. There you go, sweetie, sweetie. There you go. No rain on you. Thank you for joining us as well. Again, Shannon, it's so nice having you here. We have in John steroids, OP, been almost a year since I have got a hug from you. sending you eternal hugs, my friend. Infinite hugs in this moment. Thank you so much for asking for a hug. It's nice to see you again, friend. Lisa, it's nice to see you. Melt, were you doing water experiments again? My dreams are becoming reality. Maybe. Maybe, Isaac. Man, like my stuff is getting wrecked. Look at my rolling papers now. This thing is completely destroyed. Am I gonna be able to roll a joint in rain? You know, I've been able to do it in like high winds, but I've never actually attempted to do it in the midst of rain. Let's see. Let's see what we're capable of. Man, everything is wet already. Need to find a place where it's a little bit dry. Let's see if that works. I've hidden everything from myself to be out of the rain, like putting it under the cushion and stuff. But then inadvertently, I don't know where it is anymore. Damn it. Damn it. Defeated by my own hubris. I had a little Garrick as well. It might be on my lap. No, here it is. There we go. Okay, our intention. Our intention is to melt. Our intention is to melt more. Literally as we're being melted by the rain right now. This thing is soaking wet already. Like the ink even bled a little bit. I think it looks beautiful this way. And it's from this perspective of allowing the things that obstruct our connection to source, our connection to our own oneness, allowing that to melt away. Knowing that it serves a purpose, surely. Everything does. But giving it permission to finish its purpose. Allowing for it to be over. And we can think of this whole, analogy I'm trying to make. Let me close my weed again. It's getting rained on. I'm very curious how it's going to turn out. Actually, my screen is also super wet. Let's see if I can use some of my scarf. This thing to be able to dry this off a little bit. Goodness, it's so wet. Everything is so wet. I'm losing an upward battle. I represent the rain. You all do, friends. We represent the rain and the things that grow from it. That is what you are. That infinity. And I'm having such a hard time trying to gather my thoughts because I feel like I'm fighting two sides of myself right now. And yet, all I have to do is actually just become aware. Become aware that is exactly what I'm doing. And instead of being afraid of it, being like, yeah, this is what's happening now. This is exactly what's happening now. We can think of this analogy that I'm trying to bring to you friends today from the perspective of a river, right? Like we've all seen beautifully stable rivers, having almost like clear surfaces. You see yourselves in them. And then we've seen rivers with rapids, where there's rocks in the way that kind of obstruct the free flow of that river, as it normally would be. But the thing is, the river doesn't really care whether it's being obstructed or not. Like I feel the YouTube is being super wrecked. Like I feel like that might be a drop on it right now. Even worse. There we go. Hey, and thank you for joining us, Mariah and Dan. It's nice to have you friends here. Sorry, like I feel like I'm trying to catch up with my own thought processes while trying to figure out how to do this properly as well. Everything is wet. Anyway, so this river, right? You are technically the river and the observer of the river, and the obstacles that you have in your life can be seen as these rocks, right? These rocks that's in the way. And because these rocks are in the way, like the wave hang, right? The whole ridiculousness. And sometimes you can get caught in those rapids yourself by being completely enthralled by what is happening with those rapids. By instead of noticing the turbulence you're seeing, no! Instead of noticing, the turbulence you're seeing, you get enthralled by them. You get into those turbulences and you get drowned by them. Basically, it pulls you down. I don't think I can do this. I don't actually think I can do this. Like, the paper is so flimsy and like it feels like I'm working with tissue paper right now. And this thing is trying to unravel itself as well. Bruh, come on, come on, come on, do your job, dude, come on. I don't even know if it's gonna smoke. I can't really do it the way I usually do it, so I guess I'm just gonna hard mode freaking joint rolling on this stream. If it's not extreme wind, it is actual rain. Dude, you see it like flopping around? I don't even know if this thing is gonna be able to smoke. Dude, come on. You can do this. Okay. So, instead of getting completely enthralled in the rapids, like literally getting drowned by them, every single little extra wave just pulls you deeper and deeper and deeper. You're standing outside of them, looking at it. Standing outside of your own mind, looking at the thoughts that it's going through, looking at the stories it tries to convince you of, and just watching. Realizing that the rocks that you're noticing are but obstacles to the flow of consciousness that's always flowing through you. And that flow of consciousness doesn't stop because of those obstacles. They just get interrupted, disrupted maybe, by those obstacles. And realizing that you're generating those obstacles, usually in day-to-day life, or that you are the obstacle in your day-to-day life, that because you're so enthralled and so invested, if you will, in trying to figure out how this obstacle is supposed to, go away, or on the other side, not willing to look at the obstacle, not willing to admit that there is an obstacle. How is it ever supposed to go away? How could it ever go away? If that is the mindset you're approaching it with. It is such a ridiculousness sometimes, like this is happening right now. Like, I did it to myself. I did all of it to myself. I decided that I was gonna come and stream on this spot because I wanted to show you the cloudy mountains. It looked all misty, and I was like, that's pretty. And I was like, I wanna share that with you friends. And I came and I set up, and it wasn't raining at the moment, and I was like, yeah, it's not gonna rain. I'm gonna get to share the pretty mountains. And then as I sat down, it started raining. So I get to choose. I have like one of two options. One, the rain, lament about it. And the second is remembering that love is true. That even in this situation, the initial reason that I am where I am is because I believe that love is true. And then on top of that, not only is love true, but I've done it. I'm the one that caused this moment to be the way that it is, right? Like, we're the ones that showed up to be in this moment. So why are we complaining about it sometimes? Why are we showing up to the rapids and then wanting for it, thinking, straining our minds? Ah, yes, clear water, clear water, clear water, clear water. When the rapids is right in front of you, just look at it. Be in awe of the rapids sometimes as well. Okay, I think my weed is so wet at this point that it doesn't even want to, it's like consolidating, pumping up against itself. So I'm going to leave it at this. I think we did well, right? We rolled this joint in like rain, like actual pouring down rain, to the point where my phone screen doesn't want to respond to me anymore. So yeah, hell yeah, hey gosh. Here to ourselves for being able to transcend even this difficulty. Melt more. We don't set the intention of melting more a lot. So let's see. Smoking. It's really nice. Melt. Dude. I haven't been stopping. Like, I feel it's almost happening a little bit unconscious at this moment, Isaac. Unfortunately, It's like I don't know it's happening, but it is happening. Mm. Pet the dog. The dog is underneath the little scarf right now, dude. She's okay. Love, love, love you all, Melt fam. We love, love, love you. Ryan, thank you so much for the bear. Where are you at? In South Africa, friend. Namaste to you as well, Lisa. Thank you. Eden saying good morning, lovely folks. Fruit Cup and I send all the love to you, beautiful humans and non-human beings. Thank you for that, Eden. How beautiful of you to send us so much love. I'm gonna have a little umbrella for my joint. Sick. I think it's dead already. Get the dog. He's in South Africa. I need one too. You have one, friend. Thank you for the helpful. Good morning, Uncle Becky. Rebane. Oh my goodness. Can I please have a hug? Sorry. Yes. Crossing my heart and hoping to live. Sending you a hug, friend. Thank you. Seth Rogen's hot mom. Good luck to you as well, friend. Thank you so much for sharing love. Those OCP premiums are the best, brother. They make uh, hood king size. Good king size, I'm guessing? They do, friend. They work for what they're supposed to. Hey, Melita. Joint umbrella. Always joining in the cutest moments. So nice to have you here. I'm wet. Like I'm straight up like soaked in water right now. It's getting a little bit cold. Whew, but I have like a really hot pippy keeping me warm a little bit, so I'm doing fine. I would hunch over it. I did a little bit. The size of that grinder. Is it big? Is it small? I'm not exactly sure. It is a size. That is true. Thank you for the all seeing up, but Uncle Becky. I appreciate that. I have goosebumps and small little micro droplets stuck in my hairs. It's kind of iridescent. I have like ash on me as well, but I'm gonna look at the micro droplets instead. You making a filter? I did. Need more ketamine then? No, I don't think so, friend. If you're reading this, you're loved. Oh, Jovan. Don't you flatter me. Don't make a... Gotta make a good old filter. It has to be that way, friend. Enjoy the day, friend. Thank you for being a light today. Thank you for doing the same right today. I came here too, and here you are tomorrow. Here you are. Bro, I literally think I'm high, man. I didn't think we're ever not high. Again, talking about this infinite connection that we have with all of divinity, you're never not high. All you're ever doing, be it by attempting it with substances, be it by prayer, be it by meditation, be it by yoga, be it by chanting, be it by extreme breath work, be it by you add your thing here. All you're doing is you're connecting with the divine. You're melting away things that's not that, and you're reconnecting with that which always is. So I believe we're always high. I believe we're always high as human beings. Like, you're never not high. You can just get higher or lower. But you're always in that elevated state. You just have to acknowledge that part of yourself. What did I just stumble upon? One recognition. I'm so sorry. I was a little bit flustered at the start of it as I was trying to adjust to the rain pouring down on me. But I feel I've settled into this new normal. My body is like, oh, rain. I'm like, yo, rain. My body is like, but why? We've committed, dude. We've committed, body. This is how it is. Goosebumps or to not. I'm not gonna listen to you right now. Est mal einen loten. Ek stem saam, vriend. Thank you for the helpful as well. Are you rolling a joint in the rain? I did. I rolled a joint in the rain. It's like still wet, but I did it, friend, and I'm kind of proud of myself for being able to. I didn't give up. This guy is chiefing up. I was. You're kind of right. Like, I was a little bit flustered for a moment there as the rain was just coming down. Kiki Fog, love to you, friend. Man, that name actually has significance to me. Wish that was me right now. Who says it isn't, friend? Sounds peaceful. Has anyone ever noticed this man is actually beautiful? Wow, beautiful name. That's such a nice thing for you to say. I'm over a month from my last smoke. Honestly, giving it up was the best. Dude, it's kind of crazy, like the fact that you say that, because it's almost... What just happened? Oh, there's just a drop. Like, how trippy is that? The YouTube is so trippy, and a part of me wants to clear the drop away. A part of me is like, yes, I'm actually melting. Like goodness, whoa, that's so trippy. You like it. It is a trip. I love it. I love it so much. Maybe I can be like I'm gonna leave it just as is. Not every day. Okay, so like I felt that way as well a little bit. Whoa, yeah, right, Jovan. Actually melting. Like a part of me wants to, already take a break from weed again. I think I just got off a break. Like I think I got off a break maybe 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and now I'm back in full swing. And I feel from tomorrow again, I want to start taking a break from smoking, but it's an ebb and a flow, friend. It's that realization again that it's not something that we need, not really. It's just something that we enjoy. And I'm happy that you find enjoyment in not needing it, dude. That's beautiful, man. Keep going and serve what you feel needs to be done for you to be served in this moment, right? If you need to do something right now, if you need to dive into your river and take out an obstacle or put an obstacle to have a certain experience so that you can continue watching that river, by all means do it. YouTube cam got wet. It did. It's super duper wet. But now it's a whole new experience, right? Like I get to look like an ethereal being. Like actually. Ethereal being is like swamp, 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 swamp. It's like unironically trippy looking. I hope it actually translates and stays on the video the way it looks to me right now. It looks beautiful. It actually unironically looks beautiful. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. If you really smoke, you can and will roll anywhere. That's funny, dude. I mean, to me, it was just like my ego, I guess, kicked in. Like the part of myself that doesn't give up no matter what. It was like, oh yeah, rain. You think I'm not gonna be rolling joints because it's raining? Fish, please. Fish, please. I think I'm pinching it. Yeah, a little bit. Hog leg man. Yes, I agree. Your hair looks bad. It's wet. But thank you nonetheless, friend. It grows this way out of my head. This is the most British thing, trying to make spliffs in the rain. Maybe I'm trying to relate to our British counterparts. It looks like tobacco. It is just purple weed, dude. Very purple weed. Rolling one up now. Two. I hope you have a good one with it. Inu. Tribu na vitru ukupa ne zan tamati. Yes, I agree on Lucky Pace. Hurry up and roll it. It's been rolled, bozo. Thank you for dropping a fat plat on the stream. Sonic's release. How nice of you, friend. I really appreciate that love you're sending. Crinkle the paper a bit. It makes it easier to roll. I've seen that tip. It doesn't necessarily serve me. I really like my paper straight. Pinch both sides, bro. I usually do that, pinch both sides and then roll it back and forth to kind of like make a little weed tube in the middle. But this time around, unfortunately, it was too wet to do that. I took it. This is a sign to smoke again. I don't know how to feel about that, friend. If you needed this as a sign to smoke again, then I'm happy to be that sign for you, friend. But don't use me as your reasoning to do anything, right? Like it's still your choice. You're the one rolling yours off a joint and smoking it, drinking a drink. It's all you, friend. The paper looks to be fighting you. It was, Franny, and we still won. We still won. Papers take some practice. Just keep trying, Lamau. It's not. I can roll with papers. It's just the rain. You are an ethereal being. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Melita. As are you, friend. Just this way it kind of looks that way a little bit more. Like, oh goodness. Like it almost looks too good to be true. It looks like I'm what as well. This is so freaking trippy. I'm just in love with his life. Goodness. Literally. So there is a drop of water on my camera lens. And because of drop of water on a camera lens, it is refracting the image it's receiving in a way that makes it look like there is 70 versions of myself sitting in superposition in this moment. And maybe there is. But this now makes it look like that. It's so freaking cool. Bruh, I would use another paper if that's wet. I would too, friend, but I decided not to instead. Thank you, though. I appreciate your love, friend. A stream of somebody who is smoking. Well, that is my time to leave as straight as I came. Thank you, Dark Weedle YouTube. It's interesting that your username is Dark Weedle and you're super against weed. Maybe the weed took you to a dark place and that's where your name came from. So I'm sorry if I triggered something in you. I'm happy that you're willing to listen though. Listen to yourself and leaving. As of today, I officially have a 4 month old. Time's the only thing I'm acknowledging melting away today. I feel you're the one melting away with time, right? Like it's both sides of that infinity where you're ticking into infinity, into future. But still that present consciousness, remains almost outside of time. And you get to witness little fruit cup become a human being. Like, even though time is melting away, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, Eden. You are so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, my friend. mm, if I was with the homies, someone would say, give me that. If you were one of my homies, I would give you this, friend. No questions asked, even. Bro, stuff that thing first. What the fuck? Roll it down. That's so loose. It was loose, friend, but I, you know, tapped it a little bit, and now it's good. Now it's smoking. I read that self-help book about a river too. It's a good one, and it's, if anything, these are just imagery. Like this is an understanding that we can intrinsically hold in our hearts. It's something that we can see with inside of our lives. We can see that infinity unfold, right? But we have, as human beings, seen rivers and seen rocks in rivers and seen the turbulence that those rocks cause in the rivers. So it's something that we can externalize, something that we can use as imagery to try and explain an idea to us as an individual that's a little bit graspable, more so than just see the infinity. Why don't you see your life as infinite and all of the things in your life as infinite as well? And you have infinite power to change everything infinitely. It's like, oh, okay. Thank you, crazy person. Amateur rolling skills. I try, friend. I do try. It's gonna smoke. All right. It does. I remember the first time I rolled a joint. How long ago was that, friend? Get on YouTube. The YouTube is on, friend. It's literally streaming right now. Pack the bud. It's been packed. Yeah. Follow your own advice in regards to the joint rolling. I did. I did. And it was an obstacle. I faced an obstacle of like rain literally pouring down as I was working with flimsy, sticky paper, right? And plant material that is very susceptible to moisture. And yet, even though I was in the midst of this experience of, obstacle, I wasn't stopped by it. I went into the obstacles, was willing to transcend the obstacles. We rolled this regardless of the situation. And it's not supposed to be about the joint. It's about the mindset behind why it is we're doing it. Right? Like this whole stream started with this perspective that we're never separate. Like spirituality is base. It's like the default state. And all of the things that happen to us in our upbringing, our ego forming, the biases we have against the world, all of these things are these layers of separation that separate you from that fundamental spiritual essence that you are. And by melting away all of these external things, by transcending, going through the lava towards the other side and leaving only that which is you, everything else have been burnt away. That is what it means to, persist regardless of the obstacles that you're facing. And it's everywhere. Like this is just a small little, fraction of the infinity represented in a way like that. It's just an idea. And that is what we're sharing here. We're sharing the ideas. We're not telling you how it's supposed to be. Why is his table breathing? Hmm. Why is my table breathing? I don't know about breathing, but I would resonate with you if you said vibrating. everything vibrates, and depending on which frequency it vibrates at, it gives it a sense of permanence or solidity or not. Like there are well, unfathomable amounts of oxygen molecules around me right now. But they're vibrating at a frequency at which they're not visible to me. Doesn't make them any less real, doesn't make them any less essential to my survival. They're always here. You're always here in this moment. Please, joint work. Yes, it did, friend. Work from one side to the other. Thank you, friends, for your suggestions. F. Bocci, why are you acting like you started smoking yesterday? Maybe I did, friend. Maybe everything I was before yesterday got completely forgotten and I'm a new person today. Who knows, dude? Literally, shut up. His hair is beautiful. Thank you, beautiful lead. I don't take offense, friend. Like my hair is literally these layer by layer printed. Like I imagine it like these little biological 3D printers using nutrients to like slowly layer by layer 3D print this little carbon tube. And that's like its job. It doesn't know why it's doing it. It's just like sick freaking layer. I need to put this layer here. And then underneath that layer I need to put this layer. And then underneath that layer I need to put this layer. And then it happens that I get these little, tangs growing out of the top of my head, but they might go away. And if they do, then so be it, right? Like it's not the end of the world. The YouTube cam has water on the lens. I know, friend. It's supposed to be that way, apparently. Like where in the world do you get a shot like this, dude? Never in my life have I seen a shot like that. So it's the way it's supposed to be, me and nature co-creating in this moment. You and me and nature getting to create a whole new experience that you get to have, that we both get to have. Yes, it does. Is that weed? Yes, it is, friend. It is a marijuanas. That is awesome and super happy it's making a positive difference for you. Thank you so much for doing the same, for like being willing to abstain from certain things and see how it makes you feel. Ryan, I see that in you as well, brother Bear. My boy, have you smoked before? Maybe not. Maybe you did. We didn't need you anyways. We need every single person, KG. Even those that don't want to be here. Makes you look like a psychedelic Sasquatch. Lol, good vibes. Like for some reason, it's like yes, all of the details in the forehead area where all of my little creases happens, and it's like also like defocusing a little bit. It's kind of trippy, dude. Right? Like it's a trippy shot, man. And it changes. It has been changing this whole time as well. Very sick. Very cool. What is this guy on about? On about us being infinitely connected to spirituality, friend. No matter what we do. No idea. I'm just waiting for the joint to be made. Thank you. Such a slow joint roll. Oh my goodness. I'll be done by now. No bragging. Okay. Like I feel it's not necessarily something that I like rushing because it serves me to take my time with it, where I'm like, I'm genuinely in the moment of creating this thing that will literally alter my consciousness and creating it with this reverence, with this respect for the way that it will alter my consciousness. And then, it's both sides of the infinity of that as well for me. You can spark it or what, bruh? It's been sparked. Your joint is wet. It still is. You're right. That's a lot of word to say nothing. That is what humanity does, friend. What exactly do you think humanity is saying right now on a grand scheme of things? Hmm? What exactly do you think it is we're saying? And if we had to say it to an ultra intelligent species, like imagine like a level 3 civilization, right? Having literally dominated their entire galaxy's energy. So not only their own sun, but every single star in their entire galaxy is being utilized for energy. Now imagine talking to an entity who lives in a world like that. What do you think exactly you're going to say to it that won't be nothing? And yet it's something. And yet there can be beauty in that moment where you two share a conversation with one another, even though it might know exactly what it is you're going to say. Like it's all a part of that infinity, friend. You're a part of that infinity. You're here in this moment to hear a bunch of stuff said that means or doesn't, maybe allude to anything. And that's why you're here, is to be the something within the nothing. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I just rolled the fucking joint. It's been rolled, friend. Thank you. Thin, not small. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Whereas this, your brain is mush. I actually won't contest that, friend. It's been a little bit difficult for me as of late. I'm really pushing myself harder than I ever have. And it comes along with, some caveats, unfortunately. Being tired is definitely one of them. But I wouldn't necessarily change it. I wouldn't want it to be otherwise because this is how we've chosen for it to be. I appreciate you joining us and, giving your opinion on it as well. Okay, learn. Melt is a rolling master and likes to enjoy the process. Everybody stay calm. We're gonna be okay. Thank you for that, Auntie. It's so beautiful to me to see you know, the anxiety that people generate in their own minds. Like with the speed that I'm supposed to be rolling this joint, of the frequency at which I'm supposed to be lighting it. Like, do you realize that you're the one creating that anxiety with inside of yourself? Or is it something that just pops up in you and then you react to it? It's like, and you do it. Or is it like huh, I see this part of myself. Why? Why? How can I make it stop? Should I make it stop at all? Thank you again, Aunt B. I think he's saying we gotta smoke and realize how our brain works. Not necessarily how our brains work, just realizing our connection with all of it. And it's not a realizing like you're supposed to go and do something and then it gets realized. Just realize it. Like you are that. You are that. You are the river, you are the observer, you are the obstacle. And just by allowing yourself that state of, observing presence, of being with it, you can allow yourself beautiful experiences. I'd rather you share that joint with me. You can have, a puff as well, friend. There's more than enough to go around. I can roll another if it's finished. I don't know, but I'm invested. This dude has an interesting accent. Thank you, Doom Guy. Joint monkeys, cage rattling. Right, Isaac? It's so funny, dude. And you see it. You notice it. It's like your infinity, right? Like you have this potential to react in an infinite varied, ways. And depending on where you're pulling from, like the fractal that is you that you're pulling from, the things that are coming up in your psyche, in your physical existence, the experience that you're having in this very moment, it's coming from all that you are. But realizing that all that you are isn't you. And that you still in this moment have this infinite potential to fractal into the future. And by taking attention, taking intention with this single moment, this single node of the infinity, the single node of the fractal that you're living right now, and trying to make it as significant, as abundant, as beautiful, as giving as possible, you're creating your abundant, beautiful, giving, loving future. In this very moment, you're choosing what it is you want to do, what it is you want to see. He believes in love. That I do, Rosebud. That I do, friend. That's one thing that you can say about me. With your absolute lack of chill, I'm questioning if you've ever smoked before. Man speaking facts. Thank you, the official Chase. If you're hearing facts come out of my mouth, it's not because I said something that is true, but because you heard something that is true. It's you. It's your truth, friend. Y'all need to get with the vibe and chill. I feel, eventually it happens, suspicious mirrors. incoherent ramblings. Pretty much okay, Lone. Sometimes it is that way, you know, and it's a balance. Sometimes it's like really concise and we can get to a topic and a point and it feels very good to get there and like there's a sense of gratification and significance in getting to that point. And sometimes we're all over the place, dude. And we're both. We're both. We allow ourselves both. We don't try and force ourselves into a certain shape. Thank you though for trying. Doom guy, thank you for the helpful. Who else is working from home now? Like I think a lot of people might be curious. How did I end up here? You needed to be here, M111. Thank you. He's already high. I mean, I wasn't before I did yoga before I started the stream, so you know, I do believe that yoga is actually a psychedelic influence in my life at this moment because it stimulates so many different releases in me at the same time and allows me to get into a certain mindset. And that mindset, I believe, is indicative of a psychedelic one. And then from that, I come into the stream and then we open the space up. So maybe I was already high, but I didn't take any substances like this. Mm-hmm. Stoner friendly, especially with other stoners. But this dude is mad annoying. I can be friend. I can be very annoying. You're actually right. Like unironically, like there, I think usually is one of two ways that people see me. They either see love or they see annoyance. But the thing is, like how it usually is, like for instance, my best friend in the whole world at this moment is a dude called Christian. And this dude hated my guts. Like and he's like gone out and said this on stream even, right? Like we had a conversation about it. He hated my guts the first time that we ever had an opportunity to mingle, if you will. Like I made this friend called Adam. Adam is actually the one who gave me this scarf. And Adam introduced me, or well, Adam was living at a commune, and I went and visited him at his commune, and he introduced me to all of his friends at the commune, one of which was Christian. And I instantly saw a lot of myself in Christian, and you know, I fell in love with him. And I was like, this dude is gonna be one of my homies, you know, whether he knows it or not, gonna be one of my homies. And he refused, like kicking and screaming, right? Like I was like holding onto his leg, and he was like kicking at me, and I was annoying, lovingly annoying over and over and over and over again, and now we're best friends. So yes, I am annoying. Yeah, sure, I am, but at least I'm consistent. At least I'm freaking consistent, friend. We're going to keep sharing love, even if it annoys the hell out of everybody. I've smoked for dang. Okay, I think I ordered another one. In the motherfucking rain, Rose Butter in the rain. I'm burning one with you, bro. Thank you, Suspicious Mirrors. Sending you love and joining you in this 420 frequency. Melty and family, love sharing this moment here with you now. Thank you for being here so much, Lisa. I see you and I love you so much. Mm. Mindfulness type stuff I learn in rehab. It's definitely, I believe, you know, the ultimate cure to addiction. Even if you're addicted to certain mindsets, if you're addicted to a certain belief system, or if you're addicted to a substance, you know, mindfulness is something that can help. Why are you watching if you're annoyed? It's a paradox sometimes, friend. Sounds like a South African accent. It is. I'm already ascending high, and the rain helps. Thank you, friend, for joining me in the rain. In this space, you can actually see the mountains again. It cleared up. Try smoking again. Also, I doubt he's smoking weed. What else would I be smoking? Straight mammoth. Like I'm smoking a little bit of bud that I grew for myself. Enjoy it, friend. Loving your vibe today. Having a good one. I hope so. Thank you for inviting our friend as well. Okay, Lone says, well, I'm glad I stayed away from weed. If this is what being enlightened is, I'm glad I'm not that. And I'm happy that you aren't this as well, friend. You know, if everybody, like if weed won, you know, like I've had so many thoughts about this and so many people have shared their opinions. If weed made you do, like I dance a lot, for example, If me we just like upon smoking it instantly made you break down into like ecstatic dance, then every single person needs to start smoking weed right now, this moment. But no, that's not how it works, friend. Like every single one of us gets to have our own experience, not only in life, but with everything, with the way that we are in loving relationships, with the family dynamics that we get, with the relationship we have with money and with work, the relationship we have with food and our personal fitness. Like there is an infinite amount of infinities in your life, and this is just one of them, right? And it's going to influence from which it pulls. And what we try to do, at least, is we like create this just node from which the fractal inside of us gets expressed as well, by trying to choose one of them, by like setting an intention for why it is we're smoking as well. It's all you. Okay, Lone, you don't need any of it, friend. Like your experience is perfectly divine as it is. Try taking a breath and enjoying the moment. That is some good advice. Thank you, Ninja Peach. It's Talon. Thank you, Rose Butto. Frankie Marie. Love to you. Come show me out to then. I'm here for the first time today. Hello from Kansas City. Only at 77. Tips hat to you. Thank you for joining us for the first time. Is that reggae? No, it is. I mean, I don't know what reggae is supposed to mean. It's weed, friend. No way, dude, bros. Delta 8 fake stoner, bro. Doesn't do dabs in 30 seconds, bro. Isaac. Don't smoke. Try to get a dry herb vape, mate. I think a dry herb vape is actually coming in the mail. A friend sent it to me, but I'm still waiting on it. At some point. Thank you, Baba. You're wrong. You're not wrong, friend. Like you are right. Like I do know that smoking, carcinogens is not exactly advisable. I know. Thank you for sharing love, nonetheless. Mm, thank you for the energy, sir. Thanks a lot. Your dimples are cute. Thank you, friend. They came this way on my face. I thought maybe I got to choose them. Like the only way that I got this face is if I was in some sort of simulation and I was in the Skyrim character creation screen or something. I'm just very friend. Thank you for the love, Boombox. Like I have a hard time taking physical compliments. It doesn't take weed to be enlightened, but it helps to not be so bothered by what other people do. Breathe peace, friend. Thank you so much for sharing that on B. How beautiful. What's your favorite Tame Impala track, Mister? Tame Impala, I'm guessing is a band, and I'm guessing it might be a band from South Africa because you're saying that specifically with the information that you've gained with me. And unfortunately, I don't actually know any Tame Impala songs. So I'm pulling blanks, dude. How about you? South Africa, weed is legal in South Africa. Yes, it is, Doom Guy. It's legal for us to smoke it. It's legal for us to grow for ourselves. Legal for us to give it away for free to other people. Not legal to sell it, though. Or I think that might have changed very recently. Looks like a wet rat. Yeah, like I feel a little bit like a wet rat right now. I'm like cold and stuff, dude. My fingers are like look at how white I am actually. Like the blood is receding from my skin. It's a beautiful cloudy day here in Central Texas. Thank you for sharing that, Suspicious Mirrors. I hope you have an amazing day in Texas. Do you think you'll keep this positive attitude without smoking ganja? I do keep this positive attitude without smoking ganja, friend. Like, if you would be willing to, like, you can follow this process. Like, the last time I've done it like twice on this journey of us streaming every single day, where I went like the entire October without caffeine and marijuana and alcohol and any other substances. And then 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks ago, I went 24 days. Was it 24? Technically, it was 17 days without smoking again. And it's not something that we need. It never is something that we need. It's something that we appreciate and enjoy. And I've already said like earlier in stream, it is something that I feel I want to take a break from again. So like I ebb and flow from it as well. Let the doubt melt away. There we go. Thank you. Who needs tears? I appreciate the love, my friend. Broska squad is here. Flip check. Thank you for flip checking, friend. Awesome, bro. Thank you for being awesome as well. Oh man, what a lovely day. I'm working from home on a gray, rainy Ohio day, sparking up and hanging out. Sounds like a blessing, Isaac. Nukes Noodle, your whole vibe makes my day. Embrace the rain. It stopped as well, so I feel like we really went through so much. Like if it was continually raining like it started raining, I feel I would have probably, like turned into an icicle by now. Everything is perfect. Listen to those birds singing. Yeah, actual music to my ears. Goosebumps again. Man, being alive, being able to hear birds sing, and they could literally be like screaming, "Come and come and suck these," right? Just like mating calls or whatever, screaming profanity into the air, and yet mm, the way that you perceive it, the information that you elicit from that response, that is where it's at. Life. All you can do is melt more. If you feel yourself melting, I thought you were going live to show us the way. I hope so as well. You're going to get sick sitting in the cold rain. Okay, Lone? No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna get sick, dude. Nah, it dead ass looked like boof. Enjoy life, bro. Thank you, Mana. I'm trying to every day, every single day, friend. Howdy, May. The cloudy, warm day in Dusty, Texas. High quality homegrown. That's right. Rides imaginary horse through telekinesis. The joint chads are coming. The joint chads are coming. I can't. Can I? I'm trying to make that, like Chad, the Chad panning with like the extreme chin, right, and the extreme, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Unproportioned body shapes. Yeah, the quick join chats. Good day, mate. Blaze on from Sydney. Thank you for joining us, Tricky. It's nice to have you here. How old were you when you first connected to the divine? I was 20. Yeah, yeah, and it was yeah, quite something. Like people were concerned about me, but I guess that's the nature of it. How about you? Difficult. How to share this moment with your happy to share this moment with you, brother. Thank you for sharing it with us. What slash who is the divine you are? Okay, learn. That's the point we're trying to make, friend. That you are the divine. With the amount of divinity that you have, you've chosen to be as you are. You have infinite potential, literally infinite potential, and this is just one of those infinities. Can we see the puppy dog? Sure, friend. Let me show you the puppy dog, sir. Thanks a lot. She's knocked out completely. Little sweetie. There we go. Mm. There we go, Isaac of the You Are as well. Yes, literally, dude. You are the divine. What drink do you have in the purple cup? It is called H2O, friend. It's this new, highly sophisticated drug that the universe makes, almost like one of the fundamental elements. Takes like a bunch of hydrogen, combines it with oxygen, boom, water. I drink water, Fred. Thank you for asking. If you're reading this, know that you matter and that you are loved. Thank you for sending such love into the universe. Ripples, suspicious. I appreciate that so much. Lace up rainbow boots and gets ready for blasting with love. Care Bear style, yeah. I feel like this dude tries to be peaceful but throws one of the meanest tantrums you'll ever see. I think you might actually be right. Like, I think that's very, very straight on, straight mammoth, because like it's having both sides of that duality and within us, right? Where like 99% of the time you practice that calmness, that state of stability, and then there is that 1% where you completely lose it, where like there is you're irreconcilable, you're completely the opposite of what you want to be. And then upon having that moment, you feel so bad about it, like you reflect so hard on that, experience, that it's something that reinvigorates, reinforms the reason that you try not to be that way. And it's this weird ebb and flow sometimes. And if you get yourself too caught up in your ego way of thinking, the imposter syndrome way of thinking, it takes those like literally 1% experiences and then blows them up to convince you that you're not that at all, right? That you cannot achieve happiness because look at this 1% of you fucking up. Na 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 na. We're both, dude. We're just trying to be the best. Speak of tantrums, I don't know. He kind of strikes me as a carefree guy. I try to be only ads most of the time. Most of the time, I can't really remember the last time that I lost it. Like I think maybe in China, like when I had a fight with a colleague. Like I that was like the closest I got to a tantrum. Like I stormed out, of the office because I was gonna kill him. I just, saw myself give like punching him once and just insta killing him, and that thought like terrified me. So I was like, I'm not fighting this dude because I might kill him. And like I didn't think about punching him and insta killing him only as a means to like remind myself of what's possible. But a part of me wanted that to happen as well, right? So there was this duality within me where I was like, sure, you can fight and you probably will win, but what if, dude? Would you be able to live with yourself? And I was like, nah. Got the hell out of Dodge. So maybe that was the last time I like threw a proper tantrum. And it wasn't, again, like I feel I still handled that the way I was supposed to, but getting that angry, feeling like I'm going to explode, I don't like that feeling. It's not something that serves me. It really is. Fuck a job, Blaze Tree, KG. I mean, a job is necessary if you have someone to take care of, even if that someone is you. I fortunately get to, have the investment, if you will. And I want to use that word because it's something that Ryan said. Like my parents are investing in this idea that I have, this dream I have to be able to live the life that I do believe we're all capable of living. And I'm just showing up for that at this point. And it's not just about smoking weed, sharing space, friend. I am of, from, or like God or a God. I should make or become liquefied by heat, or make or become more tender or loving. You are all of it. All of that, Shelly. Thank you so much for sharing such love as well. He's been on here every day and is true to himself. Thank you, Aunt B. I am. Like that's the thing as well. If I was like smoking weed and like kind of throwing all of my responsibilities by the wayside and letting myself go and only eating junk food and literally just, losing, like having extreme apathy in my life while I partake of marijuana, I can understand where you're coming from and being like, oh, this thing that you're doing, no, 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 no. But dude, dude, like if you want to, you can literally see how I've grown just by doing the things that we say we're going to do, showing up for the things that we want to be showing up for. And it literally has changed my life. I've seen it change your friends' lives. It can change your life, friend, just by showing up. Steve says, weed helps me get things done, in fact. Yeah, Steve, it can help me as well. Especially when it's like tedious things. things where you feel like it's mind numbing to do. Like I have to, like do a bunch of packaging work for my mom. My mom sells, like baked goods. So I spend, a significant amount of time packaging things or like baking things or like mixing dough. And then during those states of mind, like if it's early in the day, I usually listen to podcasts. But if it's later in the day, then smoking a little bit of bud helps me be a little bit more present with this moment to moment action instead of, feeling like I'm losing my mind because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Thank you for the love, friends. It's red. Okay, I think I'm going to skip to the present with you, friends, just so that I can be a little bit more here now. Boombox, love to you, pleasant winner. I appreciate the love you friends share so much. Yes, a Goo is joining us right now. I'm so happy to be present with him. Bitno was here as well. I'm 18, trying to currently find the divine. Friend, like if you're trying to find it from this perspective of it is something to find, you never will, right? Because the divine is not something out there, it is you. It's literally you as both sides of this infinity, right? Like on this side of your eyes as it peers, and it literally also sees this universe upside down, by the way, as well, and then flips it back in your brain. But anyway, you have this infinity inside of you of experience, of emotion, of wants and desires, of imagination, of dreams that you've had, of like experiences that you've had of other people, an infinity within inside this being. And then outside, as you look at this world, you see the infinity on the other side as well. And you can think of it as just the universe, like literally the earth, and then our like solar system, and then the Milky Way. You're looking out into the universe right now. And then you can do this exact same thing by thinking about, like going down to subatomic particles, looking at a blade of grass, for example, and realizing that you are the center of that infinity. That is what recognizing your divine nature is like, difficult lead. It's not searching for something outside of yourself, trying to find the ideal religion, trying to find the ideal spiritual pursuit, the ideal yoga poses. None of those things brings you closer than you already are in this moment. You're already that, difficult lead. You've already found it, friend. Now you just have to be it. Literally embrace it, embody it as yourself. Set a reminder to show up for the stream every day where we all do this together. We do that. And that's it would be a good advice, like especially since it helps me. Shout. Nudge, nudge. Wait a minute. Did you give marijuana to your dog? No, I didn't, friend. Why would I do that? It's a new day. Hugging you. Thank you so much. But no, loving you, friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Gob with the K. I have to go back to pretending to work so I don't hear Melty read my comment. Damn it! I was like trying to skip ahead and say hi to Gob Nugget as well, but I was too late. Oh my goodness, the dog. Wasn't she sweet? Sir, thanks a lot. And you asked to see her, friend, so I'm happy to actually have shown you. On B, just did a thing. So, like, my mind goes through so many stuff when the Patreon gets shared, right? So, we have a Patreon. And I know, like, instantly, we lose friends. Like, oh, here it comes. Oh, how dare he? Is he gonna do it? Yes. Yes, I am. Because I feel like there's a part of myself that's resistant to it, where it's like, no, you shouldn't be asking, you don't deserve anything, etc., etc., etc. We have a Patreon, and the goal for the Patreon is 500 bucks a month, right? Like with 500 bucks a month, I can afford to eat every month. And you can, and I was like, okay, yeah, so that's like my goal, 500 bucks a month, and then I can eat food. Would be pretty nice if I could do what it is we're doing right now and be able to eat food at the same time. Would be pretty lit. And I was like, okay, this is the way it should be. And then a part of myself was like, you cannot take any money for nothing. Like there is no part of yourself that will allow you to just take, for nothing. So I was like, there has to be something that I can do something that I can create, something that can be like an incentive to get friends to actually want to, support the Patreon. And the way that I try to do that is by taking what it is we're wearing right now. I have to take a screenshot every single day for the YouTube, and then taking that screenshot and turning it into a flower that I offer you as the Patreon supporter. And I've been doing that every day since the start of the year. And I've been creating these infinite fractals or infinite flowers, if you will, that have never been seen before. And that's the way I think about it now. Like literally being able to create flowers within infinity, as infinity, for infinity, that has never been within infinity, or maybe will be within infinity. And then I imagine, a whole world where biology and, complexity allows for a flower to look in the way that I wanted to create it to look. And there's just these layers. The way we talk about the stream kind of like eventually bleeds into that flower that I make. The geometry, like I kind of go from 1 to 9, and then I create from that number the flower. It's been such an experience, and you friends have been supporting me more so than I could have ever imagined. I am making plans. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do what it is we're doing right now sustainably if Patreon is the only way that we can support ourselves. Like, yeah, I can only expect that much, right? Like it's a dollar to be able to sign up, but I know that it's tight, especially right now in the world. So I cannot expect that. So now I'm also training to become a yoga teacher, which is a whole new adventure that I look forward to embarking upon. So thank you. Thank you for indulging me for a little bit, friends. The Patreon is a beautiful bouquet. Thank you. Yes. Go fun. Thank you for that, friend. I really think of it as that way as well. Like there is just so much beauty there. And I can already see myself making physical works with those, like being able to arrange them in like certain patterns. Like I have ideas. I just don't have money. But I feel like I genuinely I actually believe this. Like we're practicing right now in this moment. If you can do the things that you want to be doing, practice. Just practice. Even if you're just thinking about it, you are literally practicing, growing the infinity that is you, so that you can actually utilize it when it can be utilized. So no matter where you are in the life, in this race, as some people like to see it, as this experience, this game, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're growing from that place. So it's gonna be okay, friends. I'm gonna be okay. There is no obstacle. There is just us watching the river. Okay, so I'm an idiot, and I didn't think that the Patreon worked for the Canadian pals. I've recently noticed it does, so my deep apologies. No, no apologies, Eden. I'll get on it, setting the cult fee soon. Lots of love. Damn it. I was trying so hard. I was like logicizing so much to make sense of this, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send the cult fees." Eat it. Okay. Shoves like it's not something that's necessary, right? Like as I've said to you, friends, what's most important to me on the most fundamental of levels is your presence and your appreciation for this space, your willingness to listen to even a single word that is I say. That, right? Like just think about that. Just being able to go to a person and then them being willing to sit with you and listen to what it is you have to say. The amount of experience and positive feeling that that generates amongst us as human beings is so infinite, and it's so different for every single person that we do that with. And you being willing to do that with me in this moment is something that I can never thank you enough for. And that's like I've jokingly said yesterday or the day before, that's why I show up every single day as well. I love you so much, and I appreciate you so much, and I want to thank you for showing up. So I show up again, and then I show up again, and you show up, and I love you so much, and I appreciate you so much, and I want to thank you. So I show up again. You see what I mean? Living into the infinity, quite literally. I'm eating tacos for breakfast, watching Spider Man, and making shmoni. What the hell is happening? You're living in the matrix, dude. We have, as a collective, realized for ourselves, dreamed as a collective, rather, you know, the same dream and created that as our reality. It's happening. It's happening right now. Like the world has already changed, right? Like we talk about, oh, the world is going to change. There's going to be a new world order. There is going to be a new dimension of experience, of consciousness, but it's here. It's already here. We're living it. For just $1 or 11 cents, you can have a bouquet that will never wilt. It will never wilt. And you'll also get to experience on a daily level something that you've never experienced before. That not only you have never experienced before, but no other human being on the entire planet Earth has experienced before. Guarantees. I can actually make that guarantee. Sick. Yeah, yeah. How about that? How could you say no? Sick. Oh man, I appreciate it so much. Make sure you add in the vials of blood and hair strands. Stop it. Stop it, Isaac. You stop it right now, dude. Why does hair have to have anything to do with cults, man? Man, like I'll share with you, Isaac, but not right now. Mm. Has anyone ever told you that you look like a better looking version of a Rafa Nadal? No, friend. Nobody has ever told me that. But I feel bad for Rafa Nadal, dude. What did Rafa Nadal do? Like, I don't know what he looks like, but I'm sure he looks beautiful as well. A human being. Only if we enjoy some refreshing flavored beverage. Please. You friends are just like poking fun at me and I love it. But also like a part of me shrinks away like okay, sometimes I get tripped out sitting here thinking in an instant about all my ancestors and original humans and the efforts it took to get here, right? Literally this fractal of infinite like experience of like, like the very first cells starting to, like split and being like, "Sick. Let's do this life to where it is you are right now." Like you can turn it around as well and use it as an insult, where it's like 4.5 billion years of evolution. Like, oh wait, how does it go? Or like it took 4.5 billion years of evolution for you to be here right now. Act like it. Like Jesse. And I'm mulching tacos, smoking weed, looking at pretty colors, and answering phones. Isaac, just like pentabrain, dude. Just like brain outside of the realm of physical matter. It's just to like encapsulate all of the brain that there actually is. Only access only access to beef flavored beverage is through selling 13 loaves. If less, you must repent. This is the way. You must repent, of course. Fall down on your knees, right? Like bury your forehead in the Okay, thanks for sharing that. I especially think all the way back to the Rumus and Romulus and up through Brazintium, like all of those words. Like Roman, I remember you saying once that you go back like to the Roman eras, like seeing how they lived and like how life kind of like transpired to where it is we are right now. But the rest of the words kind of like went over my head. Brilliant. She is. He is. Meltmore says East Coast Rapid. Thank you for joining us. Love it, sister. It's nice to have you. Hey, even Toast the Lost. So many friends up in here. And here I see you. I see you, regardless of how many friends there are. Thank you, Toast, for joining us, Brother Bear. It's so nice having you here. Like, not only are my fingertips cold, but they are. What do you call that? Like, it feels like there's pins and needles. There's a restaurant near where I used to live in New York City. It's so yummy and run by an Amish like commune. Turns out it's a cult, and they brainwash and drug people with crack in their meals to keep them able to work for days. That took a that took a turn. Like if we are a cult, if we are a cult, the only thing that we expect of one another is that you love, starting with yourself. Nothing else. Nothing else. Like there is no other expectation than is love true? Right? Like if you think, am I expected to be one way or another? Just be like, is love true in this moment? Yes, no, live to your truth. And that's all we expect, right? That's literally it. Very easy rules. Goodness, cracking your soup so you can work longer hours. That just how does that even happen? Like I feel like human beings should be more intelligent than that. And then I hear Christian in my back of my mind being like, they're not. I'm like, shut up, shut up, stop. Hey, again, Toast, it's nice to have you here, my friend. Thank you for joining us for the day. We're thinking about you so much yesterday. I hope you're well. I mean, I feel so well having Toast here right now. It's all jokes this morning. Your time and energy is worth much more than any monetary value I could share. You are loved. Please don't doubt that your time is valuable. It's the least we can do. You're doing so much, Eden. As I say, friend, like this moment, us being in this moment, that's what it's about for me. To damn, with the monetary value of it. Like it really isn't what it's about. And I've really like it was the strip. It was the strip of at the start of the year, this anxiety in me building, right? Where I'm like, oh fuck. Oh, I'm gonna be a hobo. And I was okay with it. That's the thing. Like I don't get scared of anything other than myself, because myself is an absolute insane person. Where it's like, oh, this is what you're doing now, huh? You're probably gonna have to be a hobo doing it because it's not actually sustainable to do so. And I was like, fucking fine. Then I'm gonna be a hobo, and my ego is like, fucking losing his shit. So, and then during this whole kind of like trip, the universe, as Ryan came through and like introduced me to a whole different world. And now I get to grow into that state, and it might be something that I can actually utilize to live the life that I was supposed to live. And these things fall in place. We show up. We show up for what is true, the love that is in our hearts, for our projects, for our, dreams, whatever it is we're showing up for, even be it a conversation of a loved one. And then because we show up for that love is what we find. So thank you, Eden. Thank you for your words as well. Know that I'm just joking, right? Like it's as you're saying, it's all jokes. I'm just like poking elbows a little bit. Oh, the real Z's. Hope you're doing well, friend. Rafael Nadal is a beautiful man. There we go. I knew it. I knew it. Not gonna lie, sounds like a good time. I'm essentially living like Prismo from Adventure Time, dude. Isaac, dude, please, please, dude. Like I genuinely feel like Isaac reads my mind sometimes, because I had this mindset of like Isaac as Prismo in my brain as well. Like he even has like the same kind of, I don't know if mannerism is the way, like the same vibe, just the way he is. Like of course Isaac isn't a two-dimensional, object, two-dimensional plane that gets projected onto others. But still, Isaac, thank you so much, brother Bear. I can definitely see it for reals. I should have messaged you for a moment to maximum the effect. Thank you for whatever you do on P. I just wish I could send you friends love the instant I think about you without having to touch my cell phone. Damn it. Damn it. Wishing harder for the technology to realize that. I'm so surreal after learning that they have no access to the internet or any news. They just work and eat crack bread and have money for a weird hidden few. It's awful, but luckily getting investigated. Okay, no more child crack fueled waitresses. Like there is so much trauma and like pain in what it is you're saying. And then I like see East Coast Rabbit with like a bunch of laughing faces. And a part of myself wants to laugh at it as well. Almost like it's like it doesn't want to look at it, it doesn't want to see that, it doesn't want to be that, and it like tries to separate itself. But that's us as well, right? Consciousness getting caught in a pattern like that. Dude, we cannot allow ourselves. What is the restaurant called? Brutus is like, I want some crack soup as well. Take about the bad vibes, take out. Melt, remember when you had a weird aversion to yoga for some reason? Now look at you, a pro. You said for some reason. Toast. It's like knowing. I feel it's just like the part of ourselves that absolutely knows how things will be without our conscious self needing to know how things will be and being like, dude, you're gonna do so much fucking yoga. How about you don't? How about you don't right now, okay? Okay, all right? All right? You're gonna literally do upon thousands of hours of yoga. So now, while you don't know that yoga is a thing, how about you don't do yoga, okay? And my brain is like, yeah. Yes, not gonna do yoga. So I toast. It's a trip, dude. It's such a trip. Like I'm so curious being able to put the streams through like machine learning and seeing the correlation with the things that we've been talking about and how this evolution has happened on the streams as well. Here comes my gullible ass for crack chili. When something is so good it's addictive, we'll say it's like crack chili. It's legit crack chili. We put crack in your chili. What? Yes. Crack in your chili. It's like, okay, I think I'm all right with the crack chili. You want some crack chili? Like, no. All right, thank you. Thank you. Keep the crack chili for yourself. Eat some of the crack. No. Oh goodness. Crack chili with a side of crack cornbread. But like where I do Spirit sign up, it's like a special bonus of every bite. I mean, you're gonna get some dopamine, but I don't know if that's sustainable. Well, just saying, you guys are lucky. I can send love the moment I think of yous. My brain is hyperactive AF. Oh yes, Jovan. Like you would definitely just like receive, 5 messages throughout the day, where it's like, oh, I see this thing. This makes me think of Jovan. Hey Jovan, I'm thinking of you, sending you love, and then just getting notifications. Like at some point, they would just be ceaseless notifications, right? If it gets infinity enough. Oh, da, 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 da. I have a close family friend that almost went and signed up, really, but didn't because it's so very much you're in and it's very hard to become untied. Goodness, I'm so happy that that wasn't the case. What a trip, Isaac. Where's your pash like a hood? No, Pippi is wearing my pash like a hood right now. Toast, like I'm keeping her away from the rain. It'll warm you up. Oh, it definitely will. I'm thinking about getting out of the rain very soon. Like I'm chilly, yo. I'm like I chilled out. Did you think about making fire? I mean, you rolled a joint in the rain. Hot media? I don't think I have adequate resources to make a fire right now. I appreciate the suggestion though. Like it's so unbelievable. It's almost funny. Yeah, exactly that, Eden. How can they actually be real? That's the thing that I feel as well. Like it's the sense of like disbelief of like that can't be real, right? And then it's like this part of yourself like, no, that shit's fucking real, dude. And you're like, no. And it's like, yeah. And you're like, no. You're serious? Yo. It's called the Yo. No, I'm not even gonna read the name. If you want to look it up. No, it's not encouraging people. Do you got weed on you? Technically, yes. Technically, yes, I do. Inevitable life. Melt would be haunted by my thoughts if he had Psychic Link like a constant Meat Canyon video with splashes of Mr. Rogers' love. Like just walking into Isaac's mind and then walking out of Isaac's mind like like a shock. Just like visceral. Not sure if it's disgust, shock, or like absolute fear. Love notifications, which is low-key perpetual buzz. Yeah, like it'll just become a frequency like wham, wham, love you, melt. Okay, friends, I love you so much. So much. I manifest enough abundance to feed the world. I see enough abundance to feed the world. I see like a torch, a fiery torch. Yes, enough abundance to feed the world. I feel enough abundance to feed the world for all of us. For you, right now, at this moment. I love you to bits. Thank you for joining me. Love from Germany, man. Love from South Africa to every single one of you. Goodbye, friends. Have a good one. 34% on my battery saying you love Jovan. Bye bye, friends. Goodbye, beloved Fred. Steve, what's your favorite podcast lately? A dude called David Sinclair. I basically listened to all 8 of his podcasts, like almost in quick succession. So I don't know if you're still here to hear that, but that's the one, friend. Love you.